People have been asking for the full backstory of the Soulless Tales in the Sonic 3.0 Cancelled mod, so let's go ahead and go over the lore of this character and some interesting facts. Now, first and foremost, Soulless Tales is actually Tails' doll. The only reason people are calling him Soulless is because it's the name of his actual song in the Friday Night Funkin' mod. Now, Tails' doll is originally from Sonic R, and he became the basis of various creepypasta stories due to the fact that he was super creepy. In Sonic R, Dr. Robotnik basically created Tails' doll as a robotic counterpart to Tails, and used the doll basically to race against him. Now in the creepypastas, however, he's much darker. He's basically this demonic entity who takes out anybody that performs the Tail doll curse. His most popular backstory goes like this. So one day, a man came home from work with a gift for his son. He had picked up a new video game for him called Sonic R. It was a racing game, and when he gave his son the gift, he was so excited and wanted to play the game ASAP. That night, the man actually sat down with his son and they had a great time playing the game together. Now, a couple of days later, the boy was almost finished with the game. His dad was there in the room when he beat the last boss, and he yelled out in excitement when he finally did it. The man smiled at his son and asked him how he liked the game, but then he got distracted as he watched the credit screen. Something strange was happening. There was a doll that just popped up out of nowhere. Now the father thought this was odd, of course, and he asked his son what it was. The son basically said that it was Tails' doll and didn't really think much of it. At this point, the man told his son it was time for bed, and during the night, the curious father went back into his son's room and started playing the game for himself. He noticed that he now had the option to play as Tails' doll, so of course he had to pick him, and he teamed him up with different characters in the game. Now everything was going well until he teamed up with Sonic. This caused the game system to completely shut itself down, so the man basically decided to go back to his room and get some sleep because he needed to go to work in the morning anyway. Now this is where it gets creepy. At around 2 a.m, he woke up when he heard thumps on his door. He assumed it was his son getting up to ask him to get him something. He yelled to the boy to go back to sleep, but the thumping kept happening, and at one point he noticed a little shadow coming from under the door. The word Tails kept popping into his head, so he got out of bed and slowly opened the door, and then he heard someone say something very softly, "You are coming with me forever." And that's when the man looked down and saw this demonic looking Tails doll with red gore coming out of his mouth, eyes wide and demonic, and he also had these ridiculous fangs. And that's actually where the creepypasta ends, but there are some fun facts that you should know about Tails doll as well. And the first of those is how he actually gets his power. So Tails doll actually gets his power from that red gem that's on his forehead. This gem basically gives him the ability to levitate. It also allows him to teleport and manipulate electrical interfaces. And I think the most devastating ability is the fact that it allows him to transform into a monstrous version of himself, where he gains these nasty tendrils that can cut through just about anything. Another fun fact is that Tails doll is often shown next to Sonic.exe, and this is because the two of them are the most popular Sonic creepypasta characters, and it's also kind of fitting because they are actually best friends, so it makes sense that people would pair these two together. And lastly, there are multiple ways to summon Tails doll, but the most common way is to play the song from Sonic Racing in the dark, and Tails will appear and try to take out whoever is in the area. The only way to prevent his rampage is to have a Sonic doll nearby. Don't ask me why this works, but the Sonic doll, for whatever reason, pacifies Tails. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video where I talk about the new Starved Eggman mod, or check out this video where I go over the top 20 most sus mods in Friday Night Funkin'. Thank you for watching. Peace.